From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Miami Marlins and the Boston Red Sox. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through and you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set. Today's starting pitcher, Garrett Crochet. What's the word on him?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some...
Runner breaks for third. Fly ball down the line. Abreu makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Batting third.
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. Flied to right his first time. And a big swing and a miss.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Oh. That misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
On the ground, could be two. Flips to second, that's one. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Really nice double play turn right there. And it all started with that sweet glove flip on the feed to second. You know, these middle infielders, they spend a lot of time honing that glove work, so it just becomes like second nature. I think you also have to have a really good glove that's broken in, that's not too large, so that you can have a feel for that baseball and be able to flip it like you're barehanded.
Grounder might be two. Off balance feed, there's one. And that's two. 3 up, 3 down for him there. On to inning number 4. It's the Marlins 2 and the Red Sox 1. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox.
Wilyer Abreu.
On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, but he beats it. Good hustle, and the inning continues. So digging in, Cedar Rafaela.
Cedar Rafaela.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. On the ground to short, Win. Slings to first, and that is the third out of the inning. So they strand a pair. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Marlins 4 and the Red Sox 1. And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. 0 for 2 in this one. In the dirt, but kept close. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you've got to get a pitch that you can handle.
The shortstop takes the ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Right. At first, one gone. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. He's in there. And now a man into scoring position. Runner at third, nobody out. And now for the Marlins, Mason Wynn. There's the strike.
You know, these Marlins, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the...
In the air, right side, Abreu on his way over, and he makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and it's now a 6-run
third
lead.
baseman, Mark Vientos.
First and second, 2 down. And up next for Miami, Mason Wynn. This ball's chopped on the ground. On the run, throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. 1 down, and now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. Out to short, Win. Slings to first in time.
Now batting, second base.
Now it's going to be David Hamilton. Ground ball could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, the goal when you go on the road is to at least play 500 ball. Well, they've been winning series. They win this one here, and you got yourself a little bit of...
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Taking a look at today's starter, who's been going through a bit of a rough patch lately. His recent outings haven't exactly gone as planned, Singy.
Yeah, he hasn't looked himself out there, Boog, and normally he's got that fastball popping the catcher's mitt and the slider darting, but lately hasn't had great command. A couple of good innings might be all it takes to get him back on track.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. One down. Mason Wynn, the next to hit.
Too much swing and miss in his at-bats recently, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
And the first offering is not close. That one the other way. Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting third baseman.
And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. Hit on the ground to short. Win. Rutschman retired.
Batting 6th, right fielder, Colton Cowser.
Back here at the
Leading
ballpark,
off
coming
the
off a
Marlins,
series where they were
shortstop,
red
Mason
hot
Wynn.
at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Rodriguez back to work. And foul ball. In there at the knees, and it's 0-2.
0-2. One ball, 2 strikes.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the
That's the
zone
ball.
because that's where you get hurt.
2-2.
Outside. Ball 3.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the three-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Cut on and lifted in the air. And it falls. And a good start to the inning.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but
Now batting,
he did
third
such a nice
baseman,
job of
Mark.
pulling his hands tight to the body
Leading
and
off
just
for
getting
the
enough of the
Marlins,
barrel on it to
shortstop,
be hard
Mason
enough
Wynn.
back up the middle for a knock.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be
Now
aggressive.
batting,
And
third
now they've got some
baseman,
speed on
Mark
first, so we'll see if
Vientos.
they try to get him into motion.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Just so sound in his mechanics.
Now
Hits
batting,
against a firm front
shortstop,
side.
Gunner.
And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Lopez back to work.
No, that
Just
missed. That's the
missed.
ball.
Lopez, a former All-Star, 33 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2011.
No,
and
that
another
missed. That's the
ball.
ball. 2-0.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. That one
3-1.
way inside.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
That one misses.
That's ball four.
So a
Runner, take your
leadoff
base.
walk.
Now a great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow, Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Out to short. And O'Neill is retired.
Now batting, the catcher, Adley Rutschman.
All set for the start of the inning. Now here is Mason Wynn. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
This to center field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. One away.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
Hit on the ground might be two. To second for one. Double play, and we're headed to extra innings.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And on the mound in this one, Dean Kramer. Having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
Yeah, you see there with the sub-2 ERA, very dependable guy, and he's been pretty much lights out so far this season. So, you know, when a guy like this takes the mound, Boog, I'm expecting to watch him get into a rhythm quickly and just move through a ball game. Sometimes you can see some big strikeouts. Other times it's hard to even know he's there because the innings go so quickly.
Mason Wynn now at the plate as he swings through strike one. One out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball. Back now at Oriole Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. Swing and a chopper out to short. One up, one down.
Now batting, shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins.
Mason Wynn.
He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Right through there for a strike. And now the count is even. The shortstop takes the ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Down the line, Cowser sizing this one up. Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. So 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. Here's Jahmai Jones.
Now batting, second baseman, Jahmai Jones.
Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Throws to first in time.
Now batting.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it stays fair. In comes the run from third to trim the lead. It's an RBI single. It's now 9-4.
Now batting, third base.
Base is empty with 2
Now
away.
batting,
Mason Wynn,
shortstop,
the next
Mason
up for the
Wynn.
Marlins. Lopez, 33 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. That one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul ball there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Miami down in order. They trail it here.
Well, his team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game. Swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. All right, first pitch coming up. And today's starting pitcher, Dylan Cease.
Batting second.
Well, he's allowing just
Shortstop,
over one
Mason
base
Wynn.
runner per inning, which is really good, especially for a starter, because these hitters get to see you 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a start. So just shows you how deceptive and how effective his stuff is. We'll see if it's that way in this one.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
1-2 is the count.
One out, base is empty. In the air to left down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. And a pitch. And there's
That's
a
a
ball.
ball.
See if you can go upstairs a
One
little
ball,
bit. Make sure you
2
miss
strikes.
up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout. Base is empty, one away. Mason Wynn digs in now. Fastball for a strike. Still only one out here in the inning. Just missed.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. Pitch misses.
that's just
2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Line drive. Makes the grab for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball,
The other way. It gets down, base hit. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
didn't take long to get a result for that at bat.
Now
Nice
batting
job of
third
driving
base.
that pitch the other way on a
Leading
line. You know,
off
hitters,
for the
they take
Orioles,
so many reps in the
right
cages
fielder,
working on going to the
Colton
opposite field, and it doesn't
Hauser.
always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one
Now
away.
batting, catcher, Andy Richmond.
Here's
Now
Jemai
batting,
Jones.
second
His righty-lefty
baseman,
splits there.
Jemai Jones.
Runner at first with no outs here. Ground ball up the middle. Into the outfield, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody. Jordan Westberg now at the plate. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and now just a 2-run deficit.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Roll to short, could be 2. Fired to second, and that's 2. So up next, Mason Wynn, 1 for 3.
Now batting, shortstop, Mason Wynn.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Contreras, 26 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. There's a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area. been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with the few outs that they have left.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. On the ground. In plenty of time to first, and there are 2 outs.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner. Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Miami Marlins. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And on the mound today, Yuri Perez.
Well, you can see his whip is a little above the league average. Not bad, but I think in this one, he's going to need to control that a little bit better. Try to limit hitters from getting on base. Stay in that windup instead of the stretch. And when he does allow base runners, be able to throw a pitch. He's going to get a swing and miss, get out of the inning so that a base hit doesn't do more damage and put his team behind the 8 ball.
Mason Wynn, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Next one misses, and the count is 1-1.
Ball, that's outside.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was late.
2-2 the count.
Line drive to short and caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. On the ground to the left. Win. Fires over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 1. And that clips the inside corner.
This is one of those
0-1's the
situations
count.
defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's
No
box.
balls, 2 strikes.
Next
1 ball,
offering way off
2
the
strikes.
plate. Scott gets his lead at first. Nobody out. The shortstop takes the
2
ball.
strikes.
That one
Count.
missed.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
That could jumpstart an
For the
offense
Marlins.
that's really struggled to score in this one.
Leading off
Don't want
for
to wake a team
Colorado,
up with the
the
free
designated
pass.
hitter, Nolan
Back
Jones.
here in Miami, now the number 2 hitter, Nolan Jones. Oh, great stop. The throw, it's there, and that's a great play.
Great cat-like reflexes right
Up
there.
next
Lays
for
out, knocks the ball
Colorado,
down,
third
and
baseman,
then
Ryan
fires with
McMahon.
that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy on the mound.
And now for the
Now
Marlins,
batting,
Mason Wynn.
shortstop,
He's 0 for 1.
Mason Wynn.
Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. That one at the knees for a strike.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
What a stop to first. Got him. Nice play.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
2 on,
Now
1
batting,
out.
right
Christian
fielder,
Robinson
Christian
now.
Robinson.
So the tying run at second. Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Now batting, center fielder, Britton Doyle.
No outs. Runner at first. Ryan McMahon getting ready to hit. To the right side. Slides, but he can't come up with it. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Well, that at-bat had a lot of pressure riding
batting,
on it, so
the first
really
baseman,
great job
Michael
coming through right
Tony.
there. It's got to feel good. Turned on it nicely, definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this.
On the ground, a second, might be 2. Acrobatic throw for 1, and a run scores on the double play.
Now batting,
So 2
shortstop,
down. Ezekiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies. Swing and a ball popped up. Win. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So they even it up here as we head for a good finish to this one. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. All tied up at 3 apiece. Runner at first with 2 away. Mason Wynn, the
Now
next
batting,
up for the Marlins.
shortstop, Mason Wynn.
Counts 1-0.
Pitch out, but no action.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Strike 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit.
One
Make
ball,
sure you miss
2
up
strikes.
and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Inside.
2-2 now.
And the count is even 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. That's the inning.
Sometimes he wears the emotion. Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10.
Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. We've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Miami Marlins. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So, almost ready to get underway. And on the hill here today, Braxton Garrett. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the number.
Over to first. One out in the top of the first.
Oh, Boog, we talked about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Mason Wynn in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next pitch is downstairs. One out, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
2-1.
And a big swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 down.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
1 out, base is empty. Here's Michael Tolia. Out to short. Win. 2 away.
He's out.
Now batting, left fielder, Sam Hilliard.
2 outs, nobody
Now
on.
batting,
And up next
shortstop,
for Miami,
Mason
Wynn.
Wynn.
Struck out swinging his first time. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Wynn
0-1's the count.
goes 5. Feet 11 inches, 185 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Just missed.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle.
Oh, he gloves it. First and second.
Now batting, right
no
fielder,
outs.
Christian
And now the
Robinson.
right fielder, Christian Robinson. Rolled to short, possible 2 ball. 1 at second. How about that double play?
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was
Now
a thing of
batting,
beauty from
right
start to
fielder,
finish.
Britton Doyle.
And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Righty delivers. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Sends it to Tolia, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the sixth. Here's the shortstop at the play. Mason Wynn. Back to work. Fought off foul. Pitch misses there, and that's ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Line to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Now that is third baseman Mark Bianco.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Miami Marlins. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. First pitch moments away, and on the mound now, Ryan Weathers. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam, so we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Late swing fouled off. Swing and a miss. That is strike two.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
And
One
ball
ball,
one.
2 strikes.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Can't glove it cleanly. And they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at-bat.
Kicks and fires. To first. Might be two. Here's Wynn for one. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Welcome back.
Leading
Let's
off
take a look
for
at how the
Colorado,
series has played
right
out so
fielder,
far.
Christian Robinson.
One.
Hit hard on the ground is short. Gets it to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Up next for Colorado, center fielder
Mason Wynn will hit next. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. The 0-1. Runner on the go. Cut on and missed. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Man at second. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Way outside, and it gets away. Scott up to third on the wild pitch.
Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it. Gets to third.
Now this is through for a base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Center fielder,
So the Rockies
Doyle.
lineup turns over. Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies.
2-2-2.
Ripped to short. Rolls across the diamond. Third out. 2 left for Colorado. They trail it here 2-0. Mason Wynn the next to hit. And that's a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering is fouled back. Ball one there. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Ball 2. 2-2 to count.
Base hit center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. There's Ryan McMahon now.
Third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
There goes the runner. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe it back against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right
Now
here's
batting,
Michael
first baseman, Michael
with the
Tolia.
tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. On the ground, out to short. Slings it across, and there are two down. Two outs, runner at first. Mason Wynn
Now
digs in
batting,
now.
shortstop, Mason Wynn.
And that one clips the corner. Runner on the move. On the ground, right side. And it goes just foul. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Out towards left center. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. One left for Miami, but they're on top 2-0. So back to the top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. Hit on the ground to short. Win. Slinging it to first in time.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It
Now
doesn't
batting,
matter how
the
many highlight
designated
reel
hitter,
plays you
Nolan
make if you can't
Jones.
execute the small stuff, just like we saw. Well, a real nice performance out of the pen. This guy is not the one who usually gets the final out, but extended his role a little bit and helped his team get the win. He got the save. Nice job.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.